Emotions. You see, emotions, like I said, your feelings are valid. So feelings are the unit of emotion. Whatever feeling, however you feel, you have a right to feel that way. Right? Because what you don't know is that there are circumstances of life that you don't have control over. Are we together? You are not the one that caused an incident where you lost somebody. I have a right to feel this way. Because the person that is telling you to get over it so quickly, if you reverse the situation and the person is in your situation, the person will probably also cry. And let me talk to you guys. There is no crime in crying. Can I say that again? It doesn't reduce your masculinity. It just shows you are human. All human beings have a right to express their emotion. Having said that, let me define what emotional intelligence is. Right? Emotional intelligence is a form of social intelligence. So the word social, which means that one of the key things that emotional intelligence helps you to achieve is that it helps you to socialize or relate with better people. Right? It's a form of social intelligence that involves the ability to, number one, monitor your own feelings. Okay? It helps you to monitor your own feeling. For instance, if I say, sometimes you are cranky, you don't even know you are cranky. Sometimes you are happy. You are not even totally conscious that you are happy. People just say to you like, did you take anything? Why are you so high this morning? Right? So sometimes you are not so aware of those emotions. So number one, you have to monitor your own emotion. Number two, you have to be able to separate these different emotions. You have to be able to separate when you are angry from when you are sad, from when you are moody to when you are experiencing disgust, to envy, to jealousy. Many of you don't know how some of these things progress because emotions have different levels of intensity. So let me explain how these things work to you. Or let me finish my definition of intelligence that involves the ability to monitor your own feeling. That is number one. It helps you to monitor the feeling of other people around you. So you have been in a house and somebody has just been unusually quiet or moody and you did not observe. You see, you could be talking to somebody and somebody who is supposed to give you non-verbal response. Yes, interesting, tell me about it. And the person is just looking like, I'm sure married people can relate to this better very well. You have come home, your husband is so tired, you come home and then the lady just wants to gist and like, if you know what happened today, I saw Mama Shade, she was telling me about pepper. Price of pepper has gone down. Yes. And the guy is not listening. You should be able to sense that because that is not his usual response in those kind of conversations and be able to ask, is everything all right? Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So number one, you must be able to monitor your own feeling, monitor the feeling of other people. So you should be able to decipher or understand when, even from facial expression, when people are sad. You should be able to call somebody, you observe that somebody is a bit quiet or moody or extremely high. You don't even know how much of people you are saving. People could take drugs and you know that they are high, and just by your observation of their emotions, suspect something. So it's about perception. Your own feeling. Number two, the feeling of the other people. And number three, you have to be able to discriminate them, separate them. Know when somebody is happy, know when somebody is. You see, there are people who can switch between 1 and 2 emotions, or between 3 and 4 emotions in split second. 1 minute, I'm like, okay, so I could be in an interview with you and just to make you feel warm and ease your tension. So tell me about, do you have a boyfriend? Tell me about him. You like him? Interesting. I've made you smile. But within 2 minutes, once we start the conversation of your interview, I switch to the formal mode, which means that I have to limit my boundaries of how much of laugh and how much of friendliness that I show to you. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Are you getting what I'm trying to say? At that point that you are switching between 2 different emotions, you are using the emotion to facilitate better relationship. That is the last point. So there are 4 points I've mentioned. Identify your own emotion. Identify the emotion of other people. That is number 2. Number 3, You have to be able to separate, discriminate, identify what emotion is different from which emotion. What is sadness? How does it look on the face? What is anger? How does it look on the face? What is contempt? What is jealousy? How does it show on the face? Or how do you identify or select that this person actually is going through something? And then number 4 is how you use that. So there's something, for instance, called empathy. Empathy is that you are able to wear the shoes of others. You're able to feel what they feel. So one of the characteristics of good leaders is that somebody is missing in your team. You don't know that even though you don't hold that person, that the person doesn't have a right for you to call the person. Right? But empathy behoves on you to want to find out how the people you lead are feeling. Empathy behoves on you as a leader to want to find out, how they feel when they relate with you. Taking feedbacks. So I've defined what emotional intelligence is, and we have identified different types of emotion. Now let me tell you the basis of emotion. So when I was talking about, you feel something sometimes and you cannot understand why you feel what you feel, right? How many of you have been there before? You feel something sometimes, or you feel somehow sometimes, and you cannot understand why you feel the way you feel. Hello? 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 Come on, let's be honest now. Do you always know the reason why you feel the way you feel? Sometimes it's even hormonal. Hello? Hi. You will be surprised to know that. So let me give you this saying. There's a saying that somebody who is hungry is an angry man, right? Can you relate to that saying? So what it means is that just hunger alone, when you starve somebody, you've not seen dogs that bark like crazy. Go and starve your dog at home and then come back 3 days. No, sincerely, come back 3 days and put your hand, just like you are playing with him. You will see the other side of him. It's simple. The dog is hungry, hence he's angry. It's simple maths. So some of these things are scientific. If you are thirsty, you are a human being, above animal, you are big, you are masculine. It's possible that when you are thirsty, you don't have enough glucose or energy in your body. You are tired and you are stressed. You become cranky. That's the word to be used. You are just cranky. So you need to understand the dynamics of these things. So for instance, if you are cranky, what do? If somebody is talking to you and you feel like, I can't handle this conversation right now, you tell the person, sorry, can we talk some other time? It's that simple. Because you know that there is no way that conversation will proceed and you won't project your crankiness. You won't express it in a very awful manner to that person you are interacting with. Are we together? Are you getting something? So basis of every emotion starts from thinking. Tell somebody beside you, watch what you think. Tell somebody beside you, watch what you think. Tell the other person by the other side, watch what you think. So your thinking, what you think determines, as a matter of fact, even before what you think, Uncle Wale has laid the foundation for us by talking about matters of the heart. So it starts from what all your sense organs. Can you name the sense organs? Eyes? Yes? So how many of you know that smell is emotional? Oh, come on, news flash. You don't know that smell is emotional? You don't know that there are smells that make people fall in love? Come on, kaya ba ba ya. I need to speak in tongues for these guys. You don't know that there are smells that, why do you think people wear cologne and, you don't understand that smell is emotional? Well, news flash, if you have yet to hear that, smell is very emotional. People connect with the smell they can relate to. Can I say that again? People connect to smell they can relate to. If you smell very badly, you will likely not have friends. I'm serious. I'm just being frank. I'm saying it as it is. Why? Because there are not many people who are bold enough to tell you that you smell badly. There are not many people. So when we tell you, Auntie Folake is going to talk to you about etiquette, where they talk about personal grooming, trimming your nails, looking good and all of that, and smelling nice. From there you will understand that we are not just teaching you those things for the sake of others. We are teaching you for your sake. You complain that you don't have friends. You don't know that you have a bad smell. Sometimes it's as simple as that. So it starts from all the sense organs. You talked about sight, yes. Number 2, you said smell, yes. What else? What are the other sense organs now? What you hear, what you hear. As a matter of fact, of all the 5 sensory impulses or stimulus, or stimuli rather, of those 5 stimuli, here, sight, smell, what else? Taste. Of all of those 5 whatever, hearing is the most important, and I can prove that to you. What you hear, do you know that everything, all the sense organs, everything, even from what you see, your brain interprets it in what is called phonemes to the mind. That's to tell you how important sound is, which means that your brain must hear it. Your brain must hear, even that smell, your brain must hear it for it to be able to interpret it. So watch what you expose your eyes to, watch what you expose your nose to, watch what you so for instance, let me talk about what you expose your nose to. You are trying to discipline yourself with fast, right? And you continuously expose yourself to restaurant aroma, or you continuously stay very close to where an aroma is. You will be tempted. There are no 2 ways about it. Why has talked so much about that, so I'm not going to dwell so much about that. Flee. So when they say flee are all appearance of evil, including temptation, you don't even know. Let me tell you something. You don't know how some of these little things, how it creates offense in places and events. Go to a Muslim. When Muslims are fasting, you know that it is wrong and very offensive for you to go beside them or in front of them and eat. You don't know? And just going to eat in their front when they are fasting will create a serious conflict between you and them. That's to tell you how serious these things are. Because they feel like you are intentionally tempting them. Are we together? Are we together? So these things are very, very powerful. Okay? Watch what you expose your eyes to. Watch what you smell. Watch what you taste. Right? Then watch what else? Watch what you feel. Your skin. Touch is very emotional. Touch somebody, say touch is very emotional. Say touch is very emotional. Guys, scientists have researched that at least you need at least 15 hugs per day. Yes. Some people, you see guys, let me be frank with you. Some of you are cranky because you have not received love from people for a long time. It's that simple. Nobody has hugged you in the past 1 week. You have not hugged nobody. You don't believe that there are people like that. No, stay. I can't. See iniquity. No, don't come and corrupt me. See iniquity. No, come on now. You need to loosen up. Right? You need to loosen up. Okay, so your emotions start from these things you expose yourself to. Those 5 sensory stimulus or stimuli rather. Right? So when you expose yourself to those things, it gets to the brain. Sometimes it does not get to the brain. As a matter of fact, it is because you act without letting your brain process it. That's why you say some people are emotional. Hello? In other words, when Jimmy was saying somebody was emotional, he's like trying to say that you didn't think about this thing very well. Hello? I'm going to ask you to stand up. Please let this be the last time. So when you say somebody is emotional, what you are trying to say is that person has suspended the thinking process. So he received those stimulus or stimuli, right? He's supposed to think about them before either reacting or responding. Now, once you are at the moment of urgency, alarm, you call that stage an alarm stage. The tendency is either because you want to respond very fast, you don't have the time to think about it, you just react or respond very fast. And that's when you say that person is emotional. Did you get it? So usually people that are emotional, sometimes it's because they don't take time to think about it. And that's the reason why one of the rules, if you want to have a very high emotional intelligence, one of the things we tell you is that When you are bewildered or overwhelmed with certain circumstances that wants to make you emotional, pause. We call it the pause principle. You take it, so for instance, for anger, we tell you when you are angry, listen to me, this is going to help you. When you are angry, we tell you count 1 to 10. Hello? Do you want to join me as a co-teacher? So when you are angry, you count 1 to 10. When you are very angry, count 1 to 100. Yes. Between your counting 1 to 100, you will have diffused your anger. There is no way you talk. Hello, listen to this. There is no way you talk when you are angry and the words that come out of your mouth will be edifying. There is no way that you are angry and you talk and you will be in charge and in full control of what you say. You will have said, Mama, you are a boss. I won't finish it. Yes. So you hold on. You see, self-restraint is one of the strongest skills in emotional intelligence you can ever have. And that's what the Bible calls self-control. You know what the Bible talks about self-control? It says, a man, listen to this. It's going to help you. Listen to this. It's going to help you. The Bible says that a man is a slave to whatsoever rules over him. If anger rules over you, you are enslaved to anger. You don't know the consequences. Do you know people who have lost leadership position because of their anger? I didn't hear that too. Whether it's political leadership, I mean, there's a trending story of, a senator, in quote, that lost his temper, and you don't know how damaging that effect is on his both political career and his even Christian life. Very damaging. Very, very damaging. So, very important that you understand that from those sensory stimulus, your brain is supposed to process it before you react or respond. Listen to this. David, come and stand here. I don't joke, when I'm serious. We invest into how to do these things. And you disregard me by talking when I'm talking. Stand here. So, don't think I've lost it. I'm just telling you, you need to put, where your consciousness, when we are in this serious stuff. So, like I was saying, so you get to realize that you have to think about it before you react. Tell somebody beside you, say, think before you act. Tell the person, think before you act. Okay? So when you see all of those expressions of emotion, don't forget that principle. Pause. In the process of waiting for 1 to 100, it's going to be about 2 minutes, right? If you count 1 to 100. In 2 minutes, you will have diffused your anger. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So don't talk on the spur of the moment when you're angry. Did you get that? So we've talked about types of emotion. Now let me talk about expressing emotion. Don't forget I said it is not a sin to cry. It is not bad to cry. As a matter of fact, many men are dying. When I say dying, I'm using it metaphorically now. Many men are dying because they don't want to express their emotion, because the society will tag them as weak. You are not weak. We are all human beings. Should I shock you? Do you know that Jesus wept? Do you know? Do you know that Jesus is somebody who was touched by the feelings of your infirmities, what you went through, all the things you are going through right now? 90% of it Jesus went through. In fact, 100% of it Jesus went through. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That's why he says he's going to send you the Holy Spirit. He's not going to leave you comfortless. He knows what you are going through. He has you in mind. As a matter of fact, you have the mind of Christ. You can think the way God thinks. I don't want to go into that realm. But have it at the back of your mind that it is important that you have mastery of these things. From what you think is going to lead into a reaction or a response. So if you think about it very well, crying itself is not bad, because it's an expression of an overwhelming emotion. However, look at the rule. Listen to me. There are specific places where you should not express certain emotions. Can I say that again? There are specific places where you should not express certain emotions. So, for instance, crying is not bad, but there are certain places that if you cry publicly, it's going to limit the reputation and the perception that people have of you. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? While that is happening, some people will connect with you better. Why do you think that comedians, I was joking with certain people, I said, why do you think that comedians, when they want to connect better with you, one of the things they do is that they first make joke about themselves. They're like, this verse, why they look me? They look my show, Abi. I just arrived from US now, United States of America. Why? Because once they make you laugh at them, they have no reputation of themselves again, so they can make jest of you. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So you've got to be real. We all cry. There is no human being that has the capacity never to cry in life. There is not one human being like this that has the capacity that all through life you will never cry. There is no. If Jesus himself wept, listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying this because you see, you talk about anger, you talk about cancer, you talk about, you know. watching you. I've been watching. That was when you did 2 days ago. You take me for granted. But you be like, but I'm joking. No, you're not joking. You did that last week. You did that 2 years ago. Yes. It's because they bottled it up. So at 2 years ago, they stored it up in their stomach. Then that is killing more than I don't know. It's killing more than sniper. Yes. How can you harbor unforgiveness for 2 years? It's harmful to your health. Very, very harmful to your health. So please find a way to reconcile quickly. The Bible even says reconcile quickly with your adversaries. Quickly, the word emphasis, quickly. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's not wrong to really feel what you feel. The Bible says that anger rests in the bosom of you. The Bible does not say anger is a sin. Yes, I know I'm shocking some of you. There is nothing like, in fact, there is what you call righteous anger. Go and read your Bible. There's what you call righteous indignation. What do you do? What do you think you do when you are praying passionately? That's anger. That's some level of aggression. Like, I'm tired of this status quo. Tired of the status quo. Oh, let me not take it to that level. Okay, so guys, I have a very short time left. Let me share with you 14, and I want you to write now because I'm pressed for time. I'll share you 14 principles to be emotional intelligence. Number 1, think before you act. Did you get that? Think before you act. I cannot be more than emphasize that. Okay. Number 2, watch what you feed your mind with. Don't expose yourself. There are some friends that you need to detach from if you know that they are always negative when you are around them. They are always inciting hatred and gossip, and they always want to backbite and make you feel bad. Run away from such people. If there is a TV station that always gets you high, right? Pornographic eye, you need to run away from them. Yes. Because you say that they are having problems, coping with masturbation, and you consciously expose yourself to pornographic material. How do you want to reconcile that? That is number 2. So watch what you feed your mind with. Even movies. I like it somebody. So very recently, I said, do you know when you go to clubs and they dance, do you know why they use music to dance? You know it's true. The sexual move is erotic. The dance, yes, because the essence of the beat is to emphasize and to stir up erotic feelings. You say, it's a casual dance now. It's not casual. Friends, it's not casual. Tell somebody who say it's not casual. So run away from friends, people, and places that make you emotional. This person always gets you angry. Maybe the person is on a different world view. The person has an entirely different worldview and is always getting on your nerves. If you cannot cope with that person and you feel that person is going to give you in danger or trouble, please restrict your people. Number 3, watch your self-talk. Watch your self-talk. I will explain what I mean by self-talk. So self-talk talks about what you say to yourself in your mind, not what you discuss verbally. Self-talk is what you say to yourself. When you look at yourself in the mirror, all those things that you call soliloquy, right? Some people call it soliloquizing. That is self-talk. Sometimes you say to yourself, why am I looking like this? My face is too wrinkled. That guy will not like me. No, people, let's be honest with yourself. You need to catch yourself with what you say to yourself in your mind, in your closet. Because that is what determines how you behave outside. You need to have that level of internal confidence for you to be able to relate with people better outside. So, watch what you feed your mind with. And let me tell you this. It is what you feed your mind with that determines what you say to yourself in your mind, in your closet. So it starts from that beginning. Number 4, do not behave based on stereotypes, assumptions, and one-sided story. Do not behave based on stereotypes, assumptions, on one-sided story. Now I'll explain this. What do you call stereotypes? Can anybody explain? You know these people that say to me, can you explain to us what stereotype, what it means to be stereotypic?
giving a particular thing to a particular race or gender. For example, thing to a particular race or gender. For example, some people believe boys should play sports only.
Boys should
play sports only. In that kind of environment, a girl who is interested in sports will be stereotyped because they believe it's not for girls.
Okay, fantastic.
A very good one.
Yes.
Stereotypes are belief or idea that may be true or partly true.
That may be true
or partly true. Interesting. So stereotypes are beliefs. They are one-way belief. You know what I mean by one-way belief? You know what I mean by one-way belief? You have generalized. Maybe somebody reacts to you, right? Chidozie, I could be having this conversation with Chidozie, and Chidozie misbehaves to me. I say all HTH guys or all HA teenage guys are like that. That is a stereotype. I put them in that same hole. But you see, one experience is not enough for you to judge everybody. How would you feel if Chidozie offends me and I now say that all HH guys are like that? And that thing is stemming from several beliefs that I have had about teenage guys in HTH already. One-way thinking. So what do you do to deal with that? Be open-minded. Like to me saying, you cannot say that because somebody, behaves this way, that is the only way to behave. I can't impose my values on you. I cannot. It's wrong. We will conflict, a very strong one. So don't listen to one-sided story. When your friend comes to you and says this, don't be rushed. Don't be in a haste to judge. Don't be in a haste to judge. Listen to the other side of the story. There are always three perspectives when there is a crisis. There is a one-man perspective, right? There is the other perspective, and there is a table perspective. The table perspective is you hear from both sides and you can judge neutrally on the table. So when somebody rushes to you and always gossips to you, ask the person, have you said this thing to his saying or to him? Yes, you need to confront people that way, otherwise they will put you in trouble. Now my time is up, I have to run. Number 5, acknowledge your emotions. Acknowledge your emotions. How do you acknowledge your emotions? Feel free to feel what you feel. It's not a crime. So ask yourself, what am I feeling? Don't forget we said you should be able to discriminate what you feel. Where is it manifesting? Sometimes when you are feeling angry, it shows on your skin. You are tensed, you are sweating, your heartbeat begins to raise, your heart pounds in milliseconds. You will feel it, so you know you are getting angry already. The important thing to do is that before that anger builds to rage, don't forget I said there is intensity of emotion. When that anger begins to mount, better address it very fast, because it will degenerate to rage. You know what rage is? You can damage, you can take your laptop and eat it on the ground. That is rage. You can beat your wife, you can self-harm, you can hold knife and kill yourself. That's rage. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So look at it when you have those small traces, triggers. There is always a trigger for every emotion you feel. When it is small, notice it, acknowledge it, and deal with it at that time. Right? Number 6. Come in. Before you react, think about the consequences of your actions. This is what you call consequential thinking. Which means that, you see, how many of you think that Jesus had a supernatural power? Hello? How many of you think that Jesus, feel free now. Jesus has a supernatural power, but the Bible says that for the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross. So the reason why Jesus could go through that process was because he saw the joy that was going to come. What do you call that? Consequence. Actions and consequences. So if I go through this pain, I would save the world. Hello? Hello? Can you relate to that? A pregnant woman. How many of you see pregnant women complain about the pregnancy they have? They can complain about the symptoms, but they can't complain about the child. Once they deliver the child, there is joy, right? So the reason why they are able to go through the pain of childbearing is because they know that it's the end, the consequence is going to be very good, something that is going to be highly rewarding. So think about the consequence. to your health. When you are emotionally devastated, it lowers your immunity. It makes you susceptible to sicknesses. Think about the cost. When you are hungry, you could damage your properties. You could cause a lot of havoc in the society. So think about these things, right? Number 7, think for other people. Don't think about yourself alone. I call it consideration and empathy. Stop and help someone. Forgive. Some of you are too hard and harsh on yourself. It's okay to make mistakes. Even the Bible says that the righteous man, is he supposed to fall? Yes, you can fall 7 times. Do you think the Bible is stupid to have said a righteous man will fall first time? Lift me up. Second time. Up to 7 times. But it is wrong for you to go down and remain down. That's where the problem is. So the righteous can fall down 7 times, but he will rise up again. So think for other people, right? Forgive yourself. It's okay to make mistakes, right? Stop judging people. Their way of life is different from your way of life. So stop judging them and stop imposing your values on them. Number 8, I'm wrapping up now. Be vulnerable. By this I say that losing up. Tell somebody to say losing up. Say losing up. Ask the person, say, can you dance for me? Say, can you dance for me? You need to loosen up. You need to loosen up. A small talk will not hurt you. It won't hurt you. Right? Admit your mistakes and move on. Laugh at yourself sometimes. You have to feel free to that point to be able to laugh at yourself. Number 9, listen to this. I'm closing. Be open-minded. Don't always insist on your ways. You disagree to agree. Your way of seeing things is not the only way of seeing things in life. Can I say that again? Your way of seeing things is not the only way of seeing things in life. Both of us can stand side by side. What I will see is 6. What you will see is 9. The same letter is the same letter that is between us. But because we are standing in different perspectives, what we see is different. And that in itself, there can be a 2-day argument on that. It's 6, it's 9, it's 6, it's 9, it's 6. Both of you are right. Did you get that? So there is not one way to see things. Number 10, understand process. Closing out. Understand process. No Instagram comparison. Don't let Instagram put you under unnecessary pressure. It's needless. Some of you don't know that the people who take pictures and upload on social media, they show you their best sides. How many of you have seen somebody go beside a refuse dump and take a selfie and upload it on Instagram before? It's very rare, scarce. So people always paint their best side to you, and you look at it and be like, oh, why is my own like this? This guy just bought a car. We graduated together. Oh. He's gaining admission into the uni. What's happening to me? I taught him for that matter. I taught him. No. Listen to me. They are painting their best side of life. Right? Grow up, don't blow up. There is a process for everything. 11, practice self-restraint and self-control. Okay? You have to be able to tolerate pain. The Bible says that he that God loves, he chastises. It's not every time that they talk at you and become defensive. If they don't love you, they won't try to correct you. It's not every time that somebody tries to, your parent tries to, or they say you should go and serve punishment. It's to correct you. When you feel the pain, next time you will not do it again. 12, know when to talk, what to say, and how to say it. Let me tell you this. I've told you that about anger. It is not what you say. Don't always fight about who is right or wrong. People are less concerned about that. They are concerned about how you say it. If you come to me and say I'm wrong and you make me feel stupid, I will be more angry. Did you get it? You can tell me I'm wrong. In Yoruba they say pelela kolabo. You can tell me I'm wrong. Yes, you can tell me I'm wrong and I won't feel stupid. You can tell me I'm wrong and I will swallow it with all sense of humility. You can tell me I'm wrong and I will fight you tooth and nail even though I know I'm wrong. So think about that. Number 13, I'm closing now. Resolve conflicts early, don't burn out. Don't repress it. Don't bottle it up. And finally, be your own cheerleader. Be happy and self-motivated. Let me tell you this. You can be the best in the class and still be depressed. You can have all A's and still be depressed. Happiness is a choice. Lastly, put your confidence in God. You see, when you get sad and mad and all of that, it just shows that you have so much of expectation from men. But you need to know that men, the best of men, are still human beings in their best form. Thank you.